Hello YouTube and welcome back to Brewing with Magic. Well, today's deck I actually got like 2 or 3 days before KALDHEIM dropped. I got it from, maybe I saw it perusing Goldfish or one of those type of channels, AetherHub, one of those websites, and I saw it that someone was just crafting a deck and it looked really, really neat. I really liked it. So I'd taken a screenshot, and then when the new set came out, I put it into my decks and I just forgot all about it. So I was recently going through some of my older decks and I wanted to see what this deck was. I clicked on it and I went, oh yeah, this looks like a blast. So I didn't change it too much. It worked really well, the shell it was, so shout out to whoever created it. I can't remember what I changed. It's been so long since I put it in. So if you are the creator of this deck, what an awesome job. It's super fun. I'm calling it RUGBy Blink. RUGBy because it is red, blue, black, and green. You've got the red in the Tibalt, and so I just added the Y at the end to make the word rugby because this deck is just as rough and vicious as the game Rugby, and Blink because you have your YORION to blink all kinds of stuff if need be for fun. So let's get into the deck and get into the gameplay. So first we have 4 copies of Heartless Act. We have 4 copies of VALKI God of Lies. We have 4 copies because we definitely want to be using the front side VALKI God of Lies early in game if we draw it, because there are situations where you can rip out the right creature at the right time against the right opponent out of their hand and then make the VALKI into that creature and just kind of win the game or take over or really disrupt them. So that's solid, but late game we're definitely going for that Tibalt Cosmic Imposter. Then we have 4 copies of Skyclave Apparition, one of the better removal cards in the game in my opinion. We have 4 copies of Llanowar Visionary, just a little bit of ramp, and we draw a card. Everything about that sounds good to me. And then we have 4 copies of Frisia's Retribution. This is a really interesting card for the deck because we're not built around angels, really, or warriors for that matter, but because they're angel warriors. But we do have a way to create more angels in Ameria's Call if we chose to cast it that way. But what this card does for us is it's a creature and a removal and maybe even a finisher. So for 1 black, 2 white, and a colorless, first you create a 4/4 angel warrior creature token with flying and vigilance, really nice. Then the next turn, until end of turn, angels you control gain tap, destroy target creature with power less than this creature's power. So you attack first for 4, hit him 4 in the air, then you tap it because it has vigilance, destroy a creature of what I believe 3 power or less, and then 4th on the last turn, angels you control gain double strike until end of turn. So if this 4/4 token made the distance to the last trigger of this card, now you hit them for 8, hopefully finish off the game. It's a really neat card. Then we have 4 copies of Binding of the Old Gods. Once again, I know you've seen this card. It is absolutely amazing, and it helps us ramp. It destroys things. This and Frisia's Retribution are both really fun cards to blink with the YORION, as well as the next card in the deck. We have 3 copies of Elspeth Conquers Death, 4 copies of the YORION, and we have 2 copies of Kaya the Inexorable. This is a really vicious planeswalker when she goes off. 1 black, 1 white, 3 colorless, comes out with 5 loyalty. +1, put a ghost form counter on up to 1 target non-token creature. It gains when this creature dies or is put into exile, return it to its owner's hand, and create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. I mean, shoot, you put that on a VALKI, a Llanowar Visionary, Skyclave Apparition, a YORION, a Vorinclex, I don't care what you put it on, and it gets to come back to your hand. Value right there. So then -3 exile non-land permanent. That's a really, really nice one too. And her emblem is absolutely bonkers. One of the better ones in the game. I don't know, the emblems are really good, period. But you can emblem with, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a legendary spell from your hand, your graveyard, or from among cards in exile, which is really important, without paying their mana cost. So that's super good. We got a legendary here, we got a legendary here, you know, we got a legendary here, and you can actually grab herself with that emblem because she's also legendary. Really, really strong. 2 copies of Vorinclex really shuts down the opponent's decks when they're running a lot of things with tokens. Plus, it's just an absolute beast. I guess it's actually a Phyrexian Predator, not a beast, but haha, you get the joke. Then we have 3 copies of Ameria's Call and or Ameria's Shattered Skyclave, depending on what you want to throw it on for the board state. Early in the game, you might want to use it as a land. Late game, you want to use it as a finisher. Then we have 4 copies of the black and white pathway. We have 2 copies of the red-black pathway, 4 copies of the green-black pathway. Lots of pathways nowadays. It's really fun. 2 copies of the white-red pathway. We have 1 Arctic Tree Line. The main reason this is in here is because it has that word forest on it. If we are at a point where we need a 2nd white mana really bad, or a 3rd for the Ameria's Call based on our hand, we can go and grab that with the Binding of the Old Gods. It's the only reason it's in there. That's if we, for some reason, these have all been milled off or something like that, whatever the situation is. Then we have 4 copies of the white-green pathway, 1 copy of the Ketra Triome, which is red, blue, green. That is once again so that we can go and get a red source via the Binding of the Old Gods in case we need to cast Tibalt from our hand late game, which is the only way this deck does that, so that's important. And then we have 4 copies of the black, green, and white Triome. So that's the deck. If you've enjoyed any of our videos in the past or this one, please subscribe to the channel. Completely free. It means a whole lot to us over here at the Brew Crew. Give the video a like, comment down below. We really want to hear from you. And I'll have a summary at the end. Let's get into the gameplay. If. Inferno Pat. Hola. How are you, Inferno Pat? I like it. So we have 3 lands, Triome, Treeline, and Branchloft Pathway. Elspeth Conquers Death. Remember, it's called Binding the Old Gods and Line of War. Visionary. Very slow. I think we need to mulligan it, but it's not a bad hand. So it's feels slow, but I'm going to keep it and see what we draw into. Our opponent mulliganed. Let's keep it. It's got good cards if we can get there before we die. Opponent may mulliganed again. Are they playing Trickery? Or really having a horrible hands? Okay, they settle on 4. It's a mountain. They pass a turn. We have a Heartless Act. We will throw our Triome out. And see if they are on to Trickery. Luckily, we have a Heartless Act, so if they do any crazy creatures, we can just kill it. I mean, if it's a Dream Trawler, I guess we can't. I don't even know if they're on Trickery. They could be mono red and they had a horrible hand. I love these Bob Ross lands, though. You're confusing me, opponent. Like, we should just throw the Arctic Tree Line, pass a turn, and then next turn we can Visionary or Heartless Act, depending on what Inferno Pat decides to do. That's a 3rd mountain. They got me curious. Thrill of possibilities. So they're setting up for some kind of a combo on us. I think they're up to something no good. But if we have anything to do with it, it won't matter. So we're going to throw, what do we got? Blue, green, black, green, and this. So we'll throw this out on green. Okay, there we go for the double for the Vornklex. Now we have plenty of green here. So we don't need any more of that. And we'll throw out the Visionary. That also has green. This goes to black. This can be on white. I don't think it really matters at this point. Okay, opponent has a 4th mountain. Crash through. They're just drawing cards. What is this? The mono red? What? I feel like I've. Oh, it is Trickery. Here it goes. Okay. I mean, we have a Binding and a Heartless Act, so, and a Sky, well, I don't know if that's, yep, good. Nobody should be playing Trickery anymore, so I'll keep playing, but they're just gonna quit soon. We'll just attack for 2, and we have 2 Skyclave apparitions. Let's speed the game up in case they try to get another one, so let's Skyclave nothing. We'll hold up the other one in a Binding. We have the Elspeth Conquers Death. If we put this on white, which, you know, we'll probably do anyways, it'll give us a 3rd white for tomorrow's call. Here's another one that we could put on white. So we'll put it on the white. We'll swing in for 4. I have a Binding and a Heartless and an Elspeth. Let's speed this up. They're trying to get another Trickery. This is just silly. We'll entertain it if they'll entertain it, but they can't. I mean, I'm just playing it out just to show you that at this point, that Trickery can't do anything as long as you have some kind of an answer. Who cares what they got? So they Ugin. Swing with everything. Throw this out. We have, with this, we have 3 white, so we could throw this out on green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6. So we can't throw that, so we'll just end the turn. I don't want to throw this. This is just... If they got it, that is hilarious. I mean, we won't lose the game even if they get it, because we have all the answers to whatever they're doing. Yeah, it does. Yeah. There's that. Cool. Cataphract. Cataphract. Close enough. Opponent goes first. We have 3 lands. All of them are pathways. We have black, white, and red available in our hand. Freya's Retribution, Kea, VALKI, God of Lies, and Llanowar Visionary. Opponent goes first. We're going to keep it. We're going to see what we get out of it. So, we want to throw one of the... So, we have green here. So, we'll throw this on green, this on red, this on black, and this on white. That'll be the play. Then we'll have all the colors. We don't necessarily need the red, but we don't ever need double black in the deck. I mean, the red is for this way late game. So let's throw the green out that we already know we want to use this for red, so let's just put that on red. And let's see what's in our opponent's hand with the VALKI, God of Lies. What do we get? Oh, we get a Solemn or Tegrid or the Necromancer. So we're really far away from all of those. This doesn't really scare us. I don't know. Let's take their Tegrid. Okay. We can't use it for a long time, and they can't either, but I took it because I'm hoping to use it. So, okay. We get another one. Too bad he is legendary. So, we want to put this out on green and throw the Llanowar Visionary. And then we can throw this out on white. And then we'll have one more white. We can throw this, and then we'll next turn. Oh, we'll attack with this. The next turn we can Binding the Old Gods anything they throw, whether or not they kill our Llanowar Visionary. Or next turn we can actually make this a Tegrid. Yeah, they'll board wipe soon, so that's not what we want. We bindings. We are ramping. We get another land, and we get to that Kea, which we'll save till after they're done. I don't know. These are the options. So we can bindings this right now, but I don't know if that's the play. But what else? I mean, do we save it for this? Or we could turn this into this attack and see what happens. So let's put this out on white, and let's have fun. This is a 5, right? Yeah. Let's swing in with it. They can't block because of the menace, so that also is nice. And now we have a 4/5. They can wipe the board right now, but they were gonna. If they could do that, they were gonna do it anyways. Did they really not hit another land? Faceless Haven coming in. Well, no, it's not. They only had 3 snow. Silly gooses. So I think that they're pretty much dead here. Let's throw out this on white. So we have another white. We throw the Vorinclex. We swing in. Planeswalkers don't bother us. This comes in with double counters. This comes in next turn. No, we need another land. But this comes in with double counters. We can minus it immediately. This is over. Good game. Miklo. Nice to meet your acquaintance. So our opening hand is a Triumph, a Branch Loft, which is green-white, so we could play it on white with the Ameria Call in our hand and play both of our Skyclave Apparitions on turn and a Llanowar Visionary with a Vorinclex. So it seems pretty good, as long as we order everything the way we need to based on what we see currently. They start with a Fabled Passage. They're going to crack it. And our opponent is playing, that we know of, Snow Black. So we're going to throw the Triumph out. It's all of our colors. Now I think since we have no turn 2, we play the Arctic Tree Line. It still plays into our white. Oh no, Dream Devour. It's a great card. This still plays into our double white needs here. But now we could throw this on green. I mean, we could wait till way later and put it on white, cast this. But that's a whole nother person's game. Here they come with that. They get 1 card into early foretell, so that's good. We're going to Skyclave Apparition this, and then whatever that is, if it's some modify, you know, now it comes out on turn 4 when it shouldn't have. We have the Binding of the Old Gods. So we don't need this other black right now. Let's throw this out on red in case late game we get to the, if we naturally, you know, we get to throw the Planeswalker, the VALKI. I'll get there. VALKI, God of Lies on Tybalt's side. Okay, Fabled Passage and crack it for them. And they get another black. Are they going to bring... What is the... Okay, it's a Binding of the Old Gods. Okay, whatever. That's now a 2. We're going to Binding their Binding so that they don't get an extra card. And then we get that. So we have black here, white here. Oops. So I'd rather throw this on green for that Vorinclex. I mean, we have plenty of green. So maybe white. I have white here. I think we binding their binding, like I said, and not Skyclave it, because that way they don't get the land. We're trying to slow them down, speed us up. If they binding our binding us, then it's going to be fun. I would love it. If they binding this, we do that. That's 4 bindings in a row. Soul Guided Lantern, or Soul Guide Lantern, not guided. Does not bother us. They just want to draw a card. That's good news for us. It means that they're not super strong-handed. Okay. We no longer need a red land to throw that, so we don't need to grab this Triome. We'll grab this one. They have a 2/2. We really don't care about that. I would love to throw this right now, but we cannot do it at the moment. So, do I want to binding that? Probably not. I think the best thing to do here is draw a card. And then throw this down. Okay, throw this down. Pay the 3. And Heartless Act the token. Wrap it up. Use all of our mana. The Heartless Act might have been dumb because of the fact that, you know, maybe it could have been used on a bigger creature. I don't think they have a whole lot of creatures in their deck. If there's a Vivian. So, I mean, we have this. We have this. The Vorinclex is... The Vorinclex and this run in together and kill it, and then we can throw some dangerous... Yeah, that's a way better plan. So we do this. And then we swing in both of them. So that way if they block the Vorinclex, we still kill it. If they want to keep their 3/3, they can. And then next turn we can Valki. And we can, we could minus it, but I don't think... We get to play those. And we get those. So maybe.
Seems I
okay, that worked out.
Too.
I don't know why they did it that way. So we'll put this out on white. Go ahead and ship it back. If that Vorinclex makes it through the turn... Oh, no. This could be a bloat on this. Oh, okay. Okay. Do we get lucky? Do we get lucky? Nice. Okay. Well, that's a 4-drop. This comes out with 10 counters. I can minus it, and it would still be completely fine. Or I could double Skyclave Apparition, both of their things, swing in for 6, and really piss them off and save the Valki for something else. Then if they board wipe, they have a bunch of tokens. Let's throw the Tibble. Comes out with 10 tokens.
When KALDHEIM burns,
we got to protect it, so we'll just go ahead and exile this, and then we'll get that soon.
And away you go.
And then this does not have Vigilance, so no attacks this turn. They couldn't kill it that turn. Hopefully they can't kill it this turn. We don't know. We still have a really strong Tibble. Okay, they throw another one. Okay, we're going to binding now. And when we bind it, that'll be... Oh, sad face. Okay, bring it down to 5. That's fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do what we were going to do last turn. And we're going to Skyclave that. Because they've made me mad. And I Skyclave that. Okay, good game, Miklo. Wow. We have Pebbly Jack. I like it. Okay, Pebbly Jack, what do you got for me? Our hand is absolutely gas, but it's all late game gas. So let's mulligan. 2 Skyclaves, a way to use them. Land, we'll ditch the YORION. It's a better 6 cards, not my favorite. Lead out on the pathway. This is obviously going to have to go on white for this Skyclaves. We'll go from there. Binding is not a bad draw, so let's throw that. What they are on red, white, black. Is this the Plow deck? Or a different Mardu deck? Let's see. Mardudu. Oh, World Tree. That's not what I thought it would be. So let's throw this source out on white, because we know we're going to need it for the Skyclaves. Pass a turn. We'll throw one of these on green, one of these on black. The Ravens Warning. So this is the one where put a card from outside the game on top of the library, huh? So, this on black. And let's not let them do that. Because if this is a combo deck, they need that to make their combo work. And this might be the one that puts out like a whole bunch of creatures with the blue card that whenever another creature comes into play, it copies a bunch. I don't know, it could be that deck. Either way, we don't want them grabbing stuff from their sideboard because if they are a combo deck, like I said, it's bad news. Whatever they throw, we probably binding. We're getting close to throwing that there, Vorinclex. Love that card. Path of the World Tree, ramping up just a little. It's not really ramping, just making sure they get the land they need. It goes to their hand, so. Not that it's a bad card. Not a great card, but not a bad card. There's really nothing to binding. So, that makes it awkward. I mean, if I bind this, feels like such a waste. I could Skyclave Apparition it. That also feels like a waste, but it feels like a waste that I'm willing to make just to progress the board. Because, yeah, we got to keep going. So we'll get this out on green, since we're going to need double green anyways for the Vorinclex, as I have said. Swinging for the 2, bringing him down to 20. Passing the turn. Let's see. 2 lands away from the World Tree kicking in. So 1 turn. Maybe it's a Prismatic Bridge deck. We'll see. In that situation, if they're not using this green, I think they should have put on the plains. I only say that because they had green. No, they need. So, how did they do that last turn? So what do we want to do here? If we throw the Triome, next turn it guarantees the Vorinclex. Oh, because it was this last turn. So I think we do that because this guarantees the Vorinclex next turn, but we also bindings this because they're not going to get any real value out of it right this second. I think they could throw a 1-drop because these count. But that being said, I don't want them to get any value out of it, and we need to use this bindings. Now that we have an Elspeth, that's also nice. Next turn, we get to, like I said, throw the Vorinclex. So I think that's the right play. That card wasn't really super scary right now, and if they throw something huge, we still have the Elspeth Conquers Death. So Pebblejack attacks for 1, plays Battle of Frost and Fire, wiping the board. Nice. Okay, they get a 2/2 and a 3/3. That does not kill our Vorinclex. We will grab the Triome that has red in it in case, once again, we naturally draw the VALKI for the backside. This is going to scry 3, and then whenever they cast a Confirmed Fire Great. So we really don't care about that. Plus, we can go twice as fast if we have the Vorinclex out. It goes straight to the second ability. Let's go ahead and swing in with this. Oh, this doesn't go off anymore either. There's that too. Please block. No? Okay. Don't block. This doesn't go off. See if they have removal. Or if they're doing something. Banishing Light! That's okay. We get the Elspeth Conquers Death to just take that right back. And it has haste, so we are good with that. Nice. Throw this out on black. Elspeth Conquers Death, which will grab something like one of these in a little bit. So we're definitely doing that. Swinging in for 6. Let's try that again, Pebblejack. They might have an answer, though, so. Pebbly Jack. You're the pebbles for me. Banishing Light up. Again, I love this guy. We have Emerald's Call coming out next turn. Plus, this is going to trigger. Ooh, this is a close one. It's a close one. They're going to be searching for enchantments. Not probably sagas. Maybe it's a saga's deck. Well, I mean, it's enchantments. Yeah. Whoa, whoa. What did that do?
Return to your place, interloper.
Exile. What did they exile? Exile. I don't know what the heck they just did. So, anyways, we'll throw this out and create 2 4/4s in the air. And then we'll pass the turn. I don't want to throw that because we are bluffing what is in our hand. Opponent does get to scry 3, but it's after the draw. That's always a good thing for us. You don't want to scry 3 in this situation when you have lethal on board, hopefully. Let's see what 2 cards you've got in your hand. Don't be an answer. That's... What do they get? It was a banishing light. So do they have two answers in their hand? That's the question. We're in cross fingers mode. We're in cross your fingers mode. I think we played this well. They have answered everything we've done. Only one banishing light isn't going to do the job. They have 3 land left. If that is there, I mean, there's a banishing light, 2 there. We're no blocks, just in case. Let's swing in for 4 to their face. Woo! Good game, Pebbly Jack. Wow. Wow. We had like nothing on the board. Their whole board was full at that point. That was the turn we had to do it. Maloko. I likey. So we have 2 lands in our hand, and they are black-green and or black-red, and 2 Heartless Acts, so we can keep some pressure. You know, if they pressure creatures, we can keep pressure on them with the Heartless Axe, so we'll keep the hand. It's really odd with no whites in the opening hand with double white cards in our hand. Okay, so we'll start off with the Arctic tree line that we just drew, which really helps us out with the Vorinclex and the Elspeth Conquers Death or Skyclave late game. So far we know they're red-white, probably a Boros aggro deck. Oh, Magda. Okay, nice. So we definitely want this on black, or maybe we don't now because we have the green here. We want double green. So yeah, let's throw this out on black. And let's pass the turn. Let's see exactly what they throw before we pop the Magda with the Heartless Act. They're going straight to attacks. So let's not let them ramp with the token, and we'll just kill the Magda. And do they have a follow-up? Another Magda. They do have a follow-up, but they did miss a land drop. So I really want... Okay, so we've already discussed that this is going on green. What I want to do is Visionary. They missed a land drop. I don't know how badly they need that land, but Visionary lets us guarantee a binding next turn. So I would rather not have done it this way, but oh, okay. But this is the way that I think suits us better. If we top deck a white land in the next couple of turns, that's really beneficial too. That'll open up now Skyclave, Elspeth, and Frias. What are they going to do? So if they drew a land, they're probably going to definitely swing at us. We're going to take it if they do. If they're nervous, they'll hold back. Yeah, they know we're going to... They want the land. No blocks. We'll kill... They get 1 token out of it, and we'll kill her with the binding, and then go get a land. Oh, okay. We're still killing that. We were not expecting that. Now I think they draw a card. They did catch us off guard with that. Okay, so this can go on... It doesn't really matter at this point. We could put this on black. And then we'll go ahead and binding like we said, because that gets us more lands. We'll attack for 2, and we'll see what Maloko's got to do. Oko Maloko. We have a Heartless Act. We have Elspeth Conquers Death when we get another white. Next turn, if we draw any untapped land, we have a Vorinclex. Return target creature that shares... Oh, so they brought back 2 Magdas to their hand. Interesting. And then a tap land, so... And a 1/3 Stomp Shieldmate. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so just in case we get VALKI late... Hold on. Is this white? That's white. That's perfect. So now we can grab the one that has red in it. And we have green, so we're good there. We'll throw this out on white. And I 100% think that we should be running out Vorinclex this turn. Is there any reason... This will get double counters the very turn we throw it out. This will get double counters. I don't see any reason to not attacking with this. Shuts down any tokens our opponent has. Smacks them in the face. If they have removal, they're going to be running it out this turn, and then we still have a lot of backup behind it. The Elspeth Conquers Death brings the Vorinclex back in a few turns. We create a 4/4 token in just a minute. Okay, so they don't have removal, or they threw the Magda first. Next turn, I believe we can Heartless Act and Skyclave Apparition and just kind of put a whooping on them. Our creatures have Death Touch. Not that that matters. There we go. They get their token, so now they have 3 available. They can't throw the other Magda. What's in their hand? We don't know. Oh, my goodness. Well, 1 more land, and we can throw that too. I think we're pretty much in a pretty powerful position. So let's just take the control of the entire board. And, I mean, do I need to do that? I was going to say, we could Heartless Act and Skyclave Apparition this, but I don't know what they're going to throw that could be bigger later, and our board state's plenty fine as it is, so I think I throw the Frida's Retribution instead. Do they run a counterspell? Okay. Okay, they did. They ran a Saw It Coming, so that's fine. Let that resolve. Now, we have a Heartless Act to clean up the Magda because they have upset us. We have removal with Elspeth Conquers Death. We have removal here. So we're not afraid of anything they're going to throw. We bring them down to 4. They have upset us, so we will go more aggro. We were going to play it safe. They had other plans, so we decided if they didn't want us to play it safe, we weren't either. Same play as last time, same exact board state. These 2 Magdas have really kind of maybe hurt them more than anything. Oh, now they return that. It's game over. They're just showing us what they can do. I mean, I think they could flash that in right now, but good game. Good game, opponent. Maloko. I like that you showed us what you were working with there. So let's throw this out on black. And good game. Okay, I could have just attacked, but I thought they were enjoying the whole let's do everything we can. Good game, Maloko. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap for this one. This is a really fun control deck. Anything with Vorin Klex and Kea is going to be fun in my opinion. I really like Binding the Old Gods. Super, super fun. But you know what? It was really bugging me to see what kind of changes I had made, and I just couldn't remember for the life of me, and I was scrolling through my screenshots, and I take way too many screenshots, and I take way too many pictures, but I did find the picture of the deck. I really wish it would have had the picture of whoever created it. Once again, shout out to whoever created the deck. You did a great job. It's really fun. But one of the cards that they did have in the deck that I had removed was a Scavenging Ooze. It had a single copy of Scavenging Ooze in the deck, which I kind of get why it was there, but at the same time, it's just that one of, and then it had 3 Heartless Acts. I'm like, I love removal, and I like a nice, clean package like this, where just 4 of, and it already was like that, except for some of the higher end cards, which makes sense. The only high end card that there's 4 of is the YORION, which makes complete sense, because you want to hit that on turn 5 after you've hit a binding in most cases, so that made sense to me. So I was thinking about what this deck needs, in my opinion, and as much as I really liked the thought of this Frida's Retribution in the deck originally, and when it works great, but what I've noticed is in the current meta, that 4/4 token just really doesn't stay around a lot, and it just ends up dying too often, in my opinion. Once again, when it does work, it works great, but if it dies, the rest of this card does nothing unless you are way deep into the game and you happen to throw that and this is in your hand. So I think this card comes out, unfortunately, because it is so fun. It's a little hard to hit the double white, and you have so many double white and or triple white cards in the deck. Taking one out isn't going to hurt. So to replace those, I was thinking either 4 Chainweb Arachnors, 4 Gilded Gooses, or 4 Scavenging Oozes, or maybe a combination of those. I don't really know. I want to test it out, but why don't you leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. Is it the Chainwebs? Is it the Gilded Gooses? Is it the Scavenging Oozes? Is it a combination of those? Or am I thinking about this completely wrong and there's a much better card that would make this just a really evil and hard to beat deck? So I want to hear from you. Please comment down below and hit that subscribe button, completely free. It means a whole lot to us over here. Give the video a like, and as always, until next time, have a blast in the arena.